So, holistic medicine can be defined in multiple ways. For me, it's yoga and meditation, which is something that I stumbled upon a few years ago when I fell into a severe depressive episode, which a lot of you may not know. I have anxiety and OCD, and at the point it was very uncontrolled, which caused me to go into that depressive episode. I got to the point where I was missing school, I was staying in my pajamas all day, and when you have severe anxiety, one of the symptoms for me was shaking. I would just sit there and my whole body would shake. I felt like I was worthless. I felt like I didn't have a place in the world simply because I had an illness that, like any other illness, I couldn't control. So that's when I stumbled upon yoga, and I'd already been doing therapy, and I was about to start meds to finally try and control this, but I was at such a low point that just wasn't going to solve the whole problem. So my mom suggested that I go to yoga because it's something that she had been doing for a long time, and it's something that really worked for her. And the minute I went, I knew that it changed my life. And a year and a half later, I stumbled upon meditation, and it really could be said that yoga and meditation saved me because I don't know where I would be without it. It saved me from myself. So the two main parts to yoga and meditation are pranayama, which is the act of breathing. So it's kind of like the deep breath you take before a chemistry test or a speech that you're really nervous for. And it really just opens you up and kind of removes you from your brain, because sometimes your brain fills you with a lot of thoughts that aren't true, something that's a symptom of OCD and anxiety, which is why it really helped me. And it allowed me to kind of realize that my thoughts weren't what defined me, and it allowed me to heal. And then the other aspect of yoga is asana, which is the movement. And there are different energies which flow through your body, and through yoga you can shift those energies often from negative to positive. And by combining asana and pranayama, it's opens you and it allows you to see the world in a different way, which can often help heal those of us that are mentally ill, which is definitely a benefit. So now you may be thinking, she doesn't really seem at her lowest anymore, which is true, I'm not, because it helped me to heal. But it's kind of like when you get surgery, do you just immediately not go to physical therapy and stop doing everything that you're supposed to do to heal? No, you don't. You go and you use it to heal and to make sure that you remain healthy and that you remain, in my case, happy and able to do everyday activities, which is why it's beneficial to everyday people. Like, you guys may have mental illnesses that I don't know about. A lot of you didn't know about mine. But even if you don't, even if you're not stressed and worried, it can really help you. There's everyday people who do, and especially a lot of prominent leaders, like Oprah meditates, and if Oprah does it, I've learned that I should do it too. And Hillary Clinton actually meditates and does alternate nostril breathing, and whether you agree with her political beliefs or not, she was a prominent political player in the last election, which is why when these everyday people do it, like people that we look up to, it's really effective, and they show that, hey, this helps me, and maybe it could help you too. So you may be thinking that I'm just advocating that you don't participate in Western medicine at all, and that's not what I'm saying. I still go to the doctors, I go to my normal doctor's appointments, and I'm just saying that the combined effect of Western and holistic medicine really can help. You get the best effects of each. For example, when I was recovering, I recovered because of medication, therapy, and yoga, which are all different. Like, medication and therapy is Western medicine, whereas yoga is holistic medicine. And by combining them, I got the best effects of all of them. And if you don't believe Hillary or Oprah or me, you can take a study that was done by Harvard Medical that found that yoga opens the body and allows you to see the world in a different way. For example, because of yoga and because of meditation, I was able to see the beauty and worth in myself and the beauty and worth in the world and in other people, which is definitely something you may not even realize that you're not seeing it, but once you see it, you can never go back. So you don't really have to be a hippie or a tree hugger to do yoga, which is often a stereotype it gets marked as. You just have to be a person. And although yoga and meditation often get marked as like cult-like or weirdish, that's really not true. They were made by people who have obviously never practiced. So even if you've heard these things, I encourage you to still practice, because it may save you just like it saved me.
Nice. Woo!